The British Empire was vast, it spanned the globe. At its peak, it ruled over a quarter of the world's landmass. Millions of people lived under British rule. From the Americas to Australia, Africa to Asia, the Union Jack flew high. The empire's impact is undeniable. It shaped the world we live in today. Its language, laws, and culture spread far and wide. Understanding the British Empire is key to understanding modern history. This essay will explore the rise and fall of this once mighty empire. We will examine its beginnings, its growth, and its eventual decline. We will look at both the positive and negative aspects of its legacy. Join me as we journey through time to uncover the story of the British Empire. The British Empire did not emerge overnight. It began with small steps. Explorers set sail across the oceans, seeking new lands and trade routes. These early voyages were driven by a thirst for knowledge and a desire for wealth. One of the key players in the early days of the empire was the East India Company. Established in 1600, this trading company gained a foothold in India. It established trading posts and began to exert its influence. The East India Company's power grew. It eventually became a dominant force in India. The 18th century saw Britain transformed. The Industrial Revolution began. New machines were invented, factories sprang up across the country. Britain became the workshop of the world. This industrial might fueled the empire's expansion. British manufactured goods were in high demand. The empire provided raw materials and markets for these goods. The need for resources and markets drove further expansion. The British Empire was built on a foundation of military power. The Royal Navy became the most powerful in the world. British soldiers fought in wars across the globe. Victory in these conflicts secured the empire's dominance. The 19th century is often referred to as the Pax Britannica. This period of relative peace and stability was enforced by British military might. The empire provided a framework for international trade and diplomacy. The British Empire was not without its dark side. Colonial rule often came at a high price for the colonized people. Local cultures and traditions were suppressed. Resources were exploited for the benefit of Britain. Resistance to British rule was widespread. From the Indian Rebellion of 1857 to the Mau Mau uprising in Kenya, colonized people fought back against their oppressors. These struggles for freedom and self-determination would eventually lead to the empire's downfall. The British Empire brought both advancements and exploitation to its colonies. Railways, roads, and communication networks were built. Education and healthcare systems were introduced. These developments brought some benefits to the colonies. However, these advancements often came at a cost. Colonial infrastructure was designed to serve British interests. Education systems often prioritized British culture and values. The exploitation of resources continued, even as some progress was being made. The 20th century saw the beginning of the end for the British Empire. The two world wars took a heavy toll on Britain. The country emerged from these conflicts weakened and in debt. The wars also changed the global order. The rise of the United States and the Soviet Union challenged British supremacy. Independence movements gained momentum across the empire. The days of British dominance were numbered. The period after World War II saw the rapid collapse of the British Empire. India, the jewel in the crown, gained independence in 1947. Other colonies soon followed suit. The process of decolonization was often peaceful. However, some transitions were marked by violence and upheaval. Decolonization brought about the birth of new nations. It also led to the creation of the Commonwealth of Nations. This voluntary association of former British colonies seeks to promote peace, democracy, and development. The British Empire left behind a complex and contested legacy. Its impact on the world is undeniable. It shaped global trade, politics, and culture. Its legacy continues to be debated today. Some argue that the empire brought progress and civilization to its colonies. Others point to the oppression and exploitation that characterized much of its rule. Understanding the British Empire requires a nuanced perspective. We must acknowledge both the positive and negative aspects of its history. Only then can we fully understand its impact on the world we live in today.